Good evening. Sorry, it took me a minute to get situated here. Yeah. Okay. Just wrapping up some late night work stuff. Good evening. Good evening. My microphone's on. I make a point now to double check that every time after Friday night's snafu. I think it was Friday night where I streamed for 2 hours and was muted the whole time. So, yeah, don't want to do that again. Turn down the music too, because that's something I always forget to do. Put it like maybe right there. Yeah, put it like right there. Okay, what are we doing tonight? Okay, so if you've been following along, then you probably kind of understand the context. If you haven't been following along, I've been working on setting up Neovim as an editor to try to make a good faith effort at using Neovim in actual day-to-day use and for project work instead of VS Code. And so basically I followed this course, or I've been following this course by typecraft.dev called Neovim for Noobs. I actually found it, this is his website, but I actually originally found it on YouTube. There's a playlist, Neovim for Noobs. Here, this playlist is really good. So I basically went through, I watched all these videos in one night and was like, okay, I think based on watching all these videos, I think I can make Neovim work for what I do with programming and coding and the things I work on. So then the last few times I've streamed, I basically just been working through these videos, and we've gotten Neovim pretty well configured to a point where I mean, it's definitely configured enough to where I could do I could do JavaScript development, Node. I think I could do basic website, HTML, CSS, but it's probably not configured quite yet to handle Vue. I don't know actually. That's probably another thing I need to make sure it's set up to do. I think it can probably do React. I don't know. I haven't tried. So I think every time I probably try working on a project that uses one of these technologies, I'll probably have to spend a little bit of time doing some configuration. But what I wanted to show you was it has been a little painful to edit my configuration for Neovim. So what I've been doing is I've been navigating to this local directory that has all my configuration in it. And then once I get there, I've been opening Vim to obviously edit those configuration files. All the configuration's done in Lua. So yeah, right? So easy enough. But one thing I added to make life easier is now what I can do, if I go back to my home directory, now I can just type edit in Vim config, and it'll take me into Vim. It'll open that configuration directory, and then once I've made my changes, right, I can quit out, and quit out, and I'm right back to where I initialized that edit from, which is kind of nice. I did this by editing my PowerShell profile. And let's see if I jump to the bottom here. By adding this function that handles editing within a particular directory. So it just basically captures where we are originally, then sets it to the directory that I choose to pass into this function, opens in Vim at that directory location, or if I give it a particular file, that particular file gets opened. And then once we've closed Neovim, or exited Neovim, then we just return to where we originally were. So this is a really nice little addition I made to make and then obviously all I did was I just added another function that specifically edit in Vim config that calls that function and passes in that configuration path. I also added a function for making it easy to just go straight to my in Vim config directory. So yeah, those are really helpful. I actually put there is a gist. You go to my GitHub, or my gist, I guess I should say. I put a little helpful functions gist up that basically has this information in there. Obviously, you have to change the config path if you want to use this, but I don't know. So far, it's made it a lot easier, because then once I realize there's something I need to change, I can quit Vim. I can quit Vim where I'm editing, my project, and then I can go straight to the configuration, make the change, write that out, quit, and I'm right back in my project directory. I don't have to do a bunch of navigating, which is nice. It's the little things, right? It's the little things like that. So, what are we trying to do tonight? So, like I said, there's some things that I still need to do. So let's actually open up my configuration and go to my setup notes here. So I did this, add a PowerShell function alias to open edit I already did that. So move that one off. This one. So basically what I'm doing tonight is I'm just kind of working through some of these things that are left over. Now that I've kind of followed all those course videos, now I kind of need to go off on my own little journey and make sure that Neovim has all the things that I want it to have in order to do the work that I normally do. So this first one is actually just kind of like a housekeeping item. So Neotree, don't hide any files. So what I'm talking about there is if I look at, let's go to a bigger project directory. So actually, I don't want to close that, so I'll just open up a new tab. And let's go to a bigger project, software projects, OnSpring CLI. This is a CLI program that I maintain that's related to doing certain tasks within a piece of software through their API. It's actually the company I work for. So here is, but it doesn't have anything to do with that company. It's just a tool I built that you can use. It's publicly available, open source. So let's go into here. And what do I mean by hidden files? So if we open up my tree, you'll see this Neotree is showing 6 hidden files, which if you actually go to the directory, it's going to be things like my dot files editor config. I think also it's also hiding things like things that are in the git ignore that aren't dot files, I think are hidden. But I don't like that. I like to be able to see all my dot files and see all the files that are in the directory that I'm currently editing. So I need to figure out how to do that in Neotree. So let's go ahead and do that. So Neotree config show hidden files. What do you know? Somebody else had the same problem. Let's see. This is so this is in the setup function for Neotree. I need to set file system filtered items visible to true. So let's give that a shot. Okay, so let's close this guy. Or I guess we don't necessarily need to close this, do we? Because we're already in our configuration here. So we need to go to Neotree. And then we need to, above our key map, we need to add a call that's require Neotree dot setup. Then we're going to pass in something there. But I actually don't know if that's the right module. Neo-tree. Neo-tree. Nope, that's not what I wanted. You to undo it. I want to paste from my actual clipboard. There we go. Write that out, and then I need to go in here and I need to add some stuffs. So file system equals, and then I think this was file tree, and then this was just visible equals true. I think. Yeah, so let's see what that was. Let's go back to that issue on GitHub. Filtered items. I was way off. Okay, I was way off. Filtered items, not file tree. Filtered items. Okay, now let's write that out. Write all out. Quit. Edit, or oh, well, I guess I don't need, and then but this is back in my other directory. This is my project directory, so this has had the hidden files before. So there we go. And so now we have all our, now we're not hiding anything. We have our dot folders, we have our dot files, and I think even things that are ignored from the GitHub or git ignore are there too. So you see those are git ignored right there. Okay, cool. So that takes care of that. Set up notes. Oh no, I'm in the wrong place. Tab. Set up notes. And forgive me, I'm still a Neovim noob. So like the Vim motions, I mean, it's gonna probably take some time before I actually get competent at editing. Okay, so now the big thing I wanted to do tonight, I want to start setting up. Neovim to do .NET development. So specifically, I work mostly in CSharp on the .NET runtime. When doing anything kind of like server side, that's usually the first thing I reach for. Even smaller things now. I mean, obviously, like sometimes it's nice, JavaScript, writing like JavaScript scripts are kind of easier and more convenient to use and write for like CI/CD stuff. Than in my personal opinion, than using things like Bash or even PowerShell. I'm just more comfortable writing JavaScript, and so if the environment supports it, I'll just write my script files in JS. And I've done a few projects where the back end is written in JavaScript, side projects and whatnot. But I prefer if I'm gonna do something like that, I'll just reach for C#. I think modern C# is really fun to write, has a lot of nice conveniences. So let's go down the rabbit hole of getting Neovim somewhat set up to do .NET things. And the first thing that comes to mind for me is the language server protocol. I need some sort of language server for C#. I don't have anything right now. So that's where we're going to start. So let's go ahead and head over to our lsp.lua file. So this is where we're doing all of our LSP stuff. And I think what I should do first is I should go to LSP config and see if they have some documentation on doing .NET stuff, and I'm pretty sure they do, because when I was going through those videos by Typecraft, obviously I was keeping an eye out for all the .NET stuff, so I'm pretty sure they have that. LSP config Neovim. Pretty sure, where is it? It's the configs.md. This has like a big long list of LSPs or language servers. I shouldn't say LSP, I should say LS, right? Language server, not language server protocol. Also, if you like coffee, just a quick I mean, I'm not, as of today, I'm not sponsored, but if you like protein shakes and you like coffee, you should check out this particular product. It's called Premier Protein, and it's cafe latte is the flavor. I've drank a lot of protein shakes since I was about 12 years old, and this one ranks really highly. There was a protein shake not protein shake, but protein powder that I will forever say was the best protein powder I've ever had, which was by a company called Forever Fit, and it was mango flavored something. I can't remember exactly, but it was mango flavored. Like it was like a whey isolate. It was so freaking good. This one right here. Yeah, I think it's discontinued now. Like you can't get it. But obviously, not obviously, but you may not know this. But before I do the job I did now, before the job I had before, basically 3 or 4 careers ago at this point now, I was a personal trainer, worked in gyms, owned a small gym, and so when one of the gyms I worked at had the ability to order like kind of like non-stock products from our vendors, and this was one of them, and it was so good. I miss it. But this is the next best thing that I've had. Yeah. So if you like okay, that all aside, getting distracted here. That all aside, let's set up C#. So there's this. I see this here. I'll make my zoom a little bigger. So I see this right here, C# LS. Language server for C#. Now, the one though I'm thinking of personally is OmniSharp. Yeah, OmniSharp. That's the one that comes to mind. And I don't know if this is the one that VS Code uses. Does VS Code use OmniSharp? I don't think it does anymore. Oh, okay, yeah, it does. Okay. So it still does. So, but it's archived? Oh, it's archived. Huh. So I wonder what VS Code uses now. OmniSharp and VS Code. So this is an extension. C# Dev Kit powered by a language server protocol. This extension integrates with open source components like Raistlin and Roslyn to provide rich type information more reliable. C#. So Roslin's the compiler for C#. Yeah, so I don't know what VS Code uses, but I know I'm familiar with OmniSharp, so I'm thinking that's the one I want to go with. Let's just see. Let's just do a quick Google search before we make a commitment. Neovim C# LSP. A new LSP server. Microsoft released a new version of VS Code extension for C#. Here's the process that run instead of OmniSharp. Oh, so VS Code doesn't use OmniSharp. I guess it did at one point. Now it doesn't. I just see this power looks like also based on OmniSharp. I'm not really sure. The repo is confusing. The process is now called language server. It seems the new DLL is part of a new internal Roslyn LSP server. Oh, please be aware that it's not really clear whether or not it's allowed to use the new LSP server outside of VS Family editors. What doesn't work for me? Diagnostics or code errors, loading complex NVim LSP suggestions. This is a pretty big issue. Not like it's a big issue, just like it's a lengthy issue. There's a lot of comments here. Oh, so someone made a hmm. Hmm. Oh, interesting. I have been looking into this as well. I found out about why it just completely froze. It has to do with watch funk. Huh. So it seems like it would be really cool to use this same language server that VS Code uses, but it kind of sounds like I might be walking myself down a nasty, hacky rabbit hole, even though this guy does look like he has. It seems to be. Oh, so he deprecated it. Hmm. Yeah. Okay. So he played around with it, and then it looks like he gave up. He gave up on it. Someone's forked it. This is an actively maintained and upgraded fork. Oh no, this is the guy that was commenting on that other issue. Okay, so this is his fork. This is an actively maintained upgraded fork that interacts with the improved and open source C# Roslyn language server meant to replace the old discontinued OmniSharp. Okay, so OmniSharp is defunct. Or at least, yeah, defunct, I guess, in the sense of VS Code. The standalone plugin was necessary because Roslyn uses a non-standard method of initializing communication with the client and requires additional custom integration. It does not provide Razor support. That's probably something I want to be able to do. So I need Neovim, I need the language server downloaded locally, and .NET SDK installed, the .NET command. This registry provides two binaries, Roslyn, to be used with this repo, to be used with this. You can then install it with Mason Roslyn or through the pop-up menu. Okay. I think I'm gonna take a shot at this. Yeah? Okay. Let's take a shot doing it with this guy. We'll do LSP and we'll do it with because this would be using this would give me basically the same experience I would guess as Roslyn. I wonder how the completions work though. Hmm. Yeah, I guess I want to be able to use it with Lua Snip, right? So I don't know. I don't know. I'm hesitant because I feel like maybe I should stick with OmniSharp because that's what's supported by NVim LSP. And it sounds like this requires some work. I don't know. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna star this. Um, Neovim things. And I think I'm gonna put that on that list. And then I think I'm also gonna add this guy to that list too. So I may come back. I don't know. I think I'm gonna do OmniSharp. I don't know. I got scared. I'm gonna do OmniSharp. Okay. So let's go back here and let's just do OmniSharp. Okay. So first thing we need to do, I already have a .NET SDK. Okay, OmniSharp can be installed by downloading and extracting a release from here. I think though, let's see, Mason. Does Mason provide OmniSharp? Oh, no, I don't want a debugger. I want LSPs. So there's the C# language server, which is the one I didn't want to use. There's OmniSharp. Okay, so let's install this with Mason. Okay, that's installed. Okay, cool. Then I should be able to go back here and say OmniSharp.setup, and then just give it the path to OmniSharp. Give it, probably want to just do all those same configs, I guess. Okay, so let's just copy this. And then let's head back to PowerShell. So now what we're going to do is we're going to come down here. And we're going to put, oh, nope. Having two different clipboards has been kind of something for me to get used to. Okay. So this I can change. LSP.OmniSharp. Then wrap this. I guess you don't have to use parentheses in Lua. You just call the function without it. I honestly don't know. I don't know Lua. Okay, and then I'm gonna delete all these comments because they're just making everything messy. Let's see. And here and delete all this. Delete this. That should be, delete that. Okay, so LSP config. So this needs to change, obviously, because that's not right. I think what I can do, though, is data. So I think what I can do is I can do vim.function.standardpath data, and that will take me to the directory where vim.function.standardpath data. Then I can do this, and then I just need the path from that. So vim.function.standardpath data gets me so if I go home, basically go to in-vim config. There's another folder in here called in-vim data where basically, from what I gather, this is where a lot of things that LazyVim, that Mason is persisting data. So this is where that OmniSharp DLL is going to be in here because Mason installed it. So if I listen Mason bin, I can see there's an OmniSharp. So let me cat that really quick and see what that is. So you can see here, maybe you can't. This calls into packages, OmniSharp, OmniSharp.command. But I want the actual DLL, so let's see what's in Mason, ls, Mason, packages, OmniSharp. Yeah, so this has all the... So what I want to do is I want to specify the path to this guy. let's go cd mason OmniSharp, no, packages, OmniSharp, libexec, pwd that, actually pwd set clipboard. And now we should be able to come back over here and paste this, but we're going to say OmniSharp dot OmniSharp.dll, and then I can delete. Gotta fix all these / backslashes because nobody can agree on file paths. And that, I think, okay, and then, so that should give me the correct path to the OmniSharp DLL. This be true. This should be true. So I want to organize my imports. Let's see, load projects on demand. I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one. Let's see. So I think I will. Yeah, I don't know, honestly. Don't want to change too much off the bat since I just don't know how it's all supposed to be configured. I do understand the formatting options. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete those guys. I'm going to delete these Roslyn things and just let those be the defaults. I think I'll just roll with that. And for formatting purposes, put that on the end here. Format and write that out. Oh, and I also need to pass in capabilities because that's what's going to give me the autocomplete. Get right off. Okay, now let's try going to a .NET project. And let's try opening program.cs. So tree sitter is obvious. So tree sitter downloaded CSharp, which is great. Okay. And it looks like we have syntax highlighting, right? Let's see. Shift K, that should hover. Oh, look at us. I think OmniSharp's working. Okay, so we can type LSP info. And we can see, yes, OmniSharp is attached. Looks like there's some documentation here. Actually, that's the same documentation from the README that we were just looking at. Okay. Look at us. Nice. Okay, so there are some things, though, that you can do. Like, let's say I go to OnSpring service. Let's see if we get autocomplete. System dot. Yep, look at that. Okay, that was actually relatively painless, right? I mean, that was pretty good. That's pretty slick. I wonder though. Let's see. Let's go like, can I jump to the definition, right? So leader GD. Yep, I can jump to definition. Leader -GI goes to implementation. Cool. Yeah, I think that's working pretty good, right? Okay, so let's open our tree view. If I can remember how to do that stuff. Let's let's close the file. Let's go back to the documentation and see on new config, use gf to visit root dir. Yeah. Okay. I'm wondering. Okay, so here's what I was looking for. So for go to definition to work fully, extended text document definition handler is needed. For example, see OmniSharp extended LSP.NVim. Extended LSP handlers and additional commands that support and are aware of OmniSharp metadata documents and source generated documents, currently supported commands. So basically, this is just making sure that we get all of the goodies out of the LSP, the information the LSP is giving us. These commands will call appropriate OmniSharp provided LSP command directly instead of text document definition. OmniSharp commands provided information about metadata files and source generated files. If results contain any of these files, the handler will then try to create and read-only buffers before bringing up quick fix lists or navigating to a single result. Custom command for telescope. Well, that's cool. So they actually have. Cool. And we're using telescope, so we could actually. You can also pass in the exclude definition option, which does the equivalent of include declaration telescope setting. Okay. So I definitely think there's a little bit of a rabbit hole that I'm probably not going to go down until the first time I need to probably do something that requires me to go down that rabbit hole, which I'm okay with. But I do want to make sure I have these key maps set up. So let's. I use telescope, so let's use a telescope version of these things. Let's copy that. Let's go back to PowerShell. Let's quit this. Quit all, and I mean it. That's whenever you use the exclamation point, that's what I feel like it means. It's like I want to quit, and I mean I want to quit. Let's see. So we want to edit NVim config. Back to LSP. And then we have a place where we're setting up our key maps. So when the LSP attaches, we're setting up some key maps. However, I don't want to duplicate, right? Like I don't want to duplicate the key maps. I already have some go to implementation, go to type definition, go to references. Okay, so real quick though, let's just paste in that thing we copied, which is not Lua, but we can convert it to Lua. So let's declare a local called OmniSharp equals require, or maybe it should be OmniSharp extended. Yeah, OmniSharp extended equals require Omni. And then in here, we basically need to do this, Shift V, yank, put that here. But instead of in K, this is references, so this would be gr leader gr. And then instead of that, it's going to be OmniSharp extended dot telescope LSP references, and then the description is going to be go to references. Now, see, this is what I mean by duplicating the key maps, though, because we have go to reference here. So basically, I only want to attach these. I only want to map these functions to these key maps when we are actually using OmniSharp. Let's see, Neovim LSP check client. Get check client for key map. Get clients lsp.servername.setup on attach. Are we doing anything with the on attach? Auto command callback. Let's look at this. Create auto command lsp attach. Create auto cmd lsp attach. Check for specific client. Need help changing. Okay. So we can do this. So this EV, I'm guessing that's short for event, right? Callback. Callback has a function. The parameter to that function is an event for the LSP attaching. So we can say local client equals, instead of args in their snippet, it'd be EV. And then I'm guessing this client has some properties, but I don't know what they are. Client dot, is there a name? Shift K. Mode Shift K. Okay. Now let's see. Vim get client by ID. Guide on Neovim's LSP client. Get client. This is where I just don't know. I don't know enough about the API that I'm using. But I'm guessing this client has some way to identify the fact that it's OmniSharp. Neovim, check if LSP client is OmniSharp. OmniSharp wasn't it? No, this isn't helpful. Neovim LSP attach command, check which client is attached. If client.name then do some stuff. Okay, so it has a name property. Okay. So then I could do well, I think then what I could do is I could say if client.name equals OmniSharp, then do something else, do something else, otherwise end. So then what I think I could do is move these guys, Shift B, take that from there and put that up here. I could basically do that for all of these, right? So let's map the rest of these. So this would be bin.keymap.set normal mode. We want to set leader GD to OmniSharp extended .telescope LSP, not references but definition. Then here we'll say go to definition. Buffer equals ev.buff and close that. And we'll go over here and now we need to do type definition .keymap.set in I think I use G capital D OmniSharp .telescope and this is type definition. That coming up on an hour and I have yet to get everything squared away here on the LSP front, but we're getting close. I think once I get these key mappings we're basically there. So keymap.set normal mode, and specifically we're looking at implementation. So we'll say leader GI OmniSharp .telescope implementation. I'm interested to see what the telescope specific. I'm guessing it launches some sort of selector, some sort of pretty go to implementations. That line's getting long, but we will be able to format it. Okay, so now what we can do is we can say, get rid of that stuff we pasted. And then there's a bunch of these that we need to move up. Oh, we don't need leaders. Yeah, because we're in normal mode, so that should be fine. It probably, I'm guessing, I could probably, I mean, I'm just thinking of like a way of drawing this up. I wonder if I could just make the conditional be what I pass into this parameter here, right? So if it's OmniSharp, pass the vim lsp.buff.hover, and if it's or if it's not OmniSharp, pass that. I don't know how Lua works though, so I'm not gonna chase that rabbit hole. I'm just gonna. I always want to map k hover, so I'm gonna have some key maps that I always map. Then I'm gonna have some key maps, obviously, that are specific when OmniSharp attaches, and then I want to do something different when a different LSP attaches. So that's one that should always be. This one, obvious. This one should, so Shift V, declaration. I think that declaration should be probably only be for other clients. Implementation. Get signature help, I think, can stay always. This group right here goes in the else block. Implementations, because there could be more than one. Go to implementations. Let's see, this is hover, we want to keep that. Signature help, keep that always. Type definition, this one needs to come into the else block. References, this one needs to come into the else block. Rename can stay outside, code actions can stay outside. So this one gets pulled up here. Whoops, that's not what I wanted. Undo that and then put that. Go to definition. Oh, I'm in the else block. Okay. So then let's format everything. Have a look. I like to separate these with spaces. Makes it easier for me to read. I'm a big fan of white space. I actually went through a really crazy phase with white space. Like if you look back at some of my GitHub repos, there's some crazy white space that I use in like HTML files and JavaScript files where I kind of got a little carried away probably with my use of white space. But yeah, I know some people like their code super tight and they just feel like it reads better that way, but I'm not a fan. Okay. So now when I save this, let's see. So now I should be able to say, write that out, quit. Now let's open this, go to OnSpring service. Let's make sure the LSP is attached. Error detected while processing LSP attach commands. No Field package preload. Module OmniSharp extended not found. Oh. Did I really miss that? Do I need to include another package? Oh, so is this like a plugin I have to... Okay, so I guess this is like a package I need to actually include. Okay, I just thought it came along with the OmniSharp, I guess, as part of LSP config, but I guess it's a separate thing. It's a separate thing. I also see there's something I need to do with definition handlers. I wonder if I need to also set that up in OmniSharp. So let's quit this really quick because obviously we need to do something different here. LSP. Oh, we got lots of errors. Did I just type this wrong? OmniSharp extended. Maybe it's not underscore. No, it is OmniSharp extended. Do you think I need to add this? Let's see what that does. Write that out. Nope, that didn't work. There's a big old nasty error right when I opened it up. Yeah, that module is not found. So, how do I get that module? Is it just a dependency that I need to include? Let's go. I guess let's go. Let's copy this. Add this as a dependency, huh? So we'll say dependencies. Yeah, dependencies. Because there can be more than one. And then this is just going to be that, huh? Let that be a lesson. Don't forget to add the actual plugin. Okay, so if I open Neovim now, okay. Close that. Hey, we didn't get an error. Okay. So then let's see. Shift K. No. Error. No such file or directory. What? That was a weird error. Shift K. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that was a temporary. It all seems to be working. Let's see. GI. Yeah, that goes to implementation. Let's see. I'm trying to think of something that would show off like. I honestly don't know. Maybe go to references would do it. Like let's see, on-spring file, and let's do GR. Oh yeah, that's nice. How do I go to one though? Just hit enter. Yeah, just enter. And then if I want to switch go. Yeah, okay, so I can just switch back to that pane. And again, just click enter. Okay. Okay, that's cool. So then I want to close that. Let's see, Control B. We'll close this guy. And let's just do real quick LSP info. Yep, OmniSharp's working. Yeah. Okay, cool. I wonder. Crap, I don't do that. I want to quit this. Oh my goodness. I'm just so bad at the Vim stuff. I wonder if I need to actually do this. I don't know if I need to. So let's try to Shift V. Yeah, Shift V. And then I wonder if it takes a minute for. Yeah, it must take a minute for OmniSharp to get set up. What am I doing? I think I just wanted to see if everything still works the same. So let's see, GR. Yeah, it seems to all work the same. Maybe I don't need that there. I want to edit my config. Okay, so I think we can say we've set up an LSP that handles doing .NET C# stuff. Whoops, did I hit the cord? Yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think? I think that does it. One thing I didn't check was formatting. So let's see if formatting works. Let's do. Oh, I should also check. I should also check CS proj files. Actually, this looks pretty good. Yeah, that looks good. They're getting highlighted. I bet there's probably also like a GUI for like NuGet and stuff. I bet that you could do in here. This might be nice, like Neovim NuGet GUI. Yeah, there you go. Let's add this. Let's add this, huh? Yeah, we just need this because we already have those other two. What was the other thing I wanted to check? Oh, formatting. Before we go add that, let's go to OnSpring. Let's go back to the OnSpring service class, and let's just do something like this. And let's. That error keeps popping up, don't it? LSP info. I wonder if that error is just because I'm trying to do LSP things and it hasn't attached yet. I don't know. Okay, so space GF should format this. Yeah, okay, cool. So it does format it. Okay, nice. And I'm guessing it sorts my imports too. So if I was to do something like that one down there, that's probably already sorted. So let's see, and that one there, and then let's see. Yeah, it sorts them. Okay, cool. I love that. Let's see, close. Actually, just all, and I mean it. Then let's go back to edit in Vim. Let's go to our directory. Whoops, not what I wanted to do. Control B. Go to our plugins, and we'll say NuGet.lua. Thank you, Typecraft, for my extensible and modular configuration. That should be all we need, and then we can space GF. That should format it, and we'll write it out. Fit all. Then if we reload, NuGet gets installed, and then how do I actually use it? Search and install a NuGet package, remove installed NuGet package. Okay, so default key maps are provided but can be overwritten. So leader NI. Leader NI. Don't see anything happening. But it does look, it's doing something because it's frozen at the moment. Yeah, it's not responding to. wonder what that error is. Keeps popping up. Executing loop callback. Attempt to index local decoded, a nil value. RPC. What is this? Oh wow, looks like some people are having the same issue. Okay, well, I'm not crazy. A lot of people are having this. Yeah, but this happened to me. Yeah, see, no, this is last year. Huh. So, what version of what version of um, those guys kind of made it seem like Neovim put a fix in that should fix this. So, what version do I have? I have 10.3. So what's the latest version? Neovim latest. I think they have the latest. So this is nightly. 10.3 is the latest. Wonder what version of OmniSharp I have. Let's see. .net or what does the exe do? Anyone see a version in there? I thought I might have saw a version number. That's the .NET Core SDK. No, here it is, version 1.39. So I have the latest version. So yeah, so that's not a problem. It definitely happens though every time I open one of these yeah, I mean it definitely happens. Yeah, there we go. It was just there. Well, I guess I won't get so hung up on it, but like what I was trying to test was search term. What? Let's try Anthropic. Oh, nice. Look, there we go. So that will help. We can install NuGet packages. Very cool. Okay. So yeah, I think that's gonna. Let's see, it's 10:30. Yeah, I've been going for an hour and a half. That pretty much wraps up what I wanted to get done. At least tonight. So now I have Neovim configured to edit CSharp or .NET projects. At least CSharp. I probably am going to have to figure out Razor syntax. I still need to figure out setting it up for CSS, HTML, all those things. I don't think I have LSPs set up for those, or LS language servers set up for those. I want to say LSPs, but that doesn't make sense. Language server protocols, because I'm not setting up language server protocols. I'm setting up language servers. So yeah, that I think that's gonna do it for me tonight, guys. If you've been around watching, I appreciate it. Thanks very much. I'm gonna try to stream on the regular, and then I basically have been taking my streams and putting them on YouTube. So if you're watching this on YouTube, thanks for watching. I hope this maybe you find it helpful too. Maybe you want to set up Neovim for CSharp. This might get you there. I actually need to get my configuration up on GitHub, so maybe I'll do that too. So we done the LSP. Now we just need to come back and do debugging. So let's delete this guy. Write that out. Let's go to that directory. Let's open LazyGit, which is something another new tool. Oh, this isn't a Git yet. Okay, so whenever I do initialize this to Git, I'll push this up, and then it'll be on my GitHub. Okay, that's it for me. I'm gonna go relax. Hope you guys had a good Monday, good start to your week. I know I did, and I'll see you next time.